Hello. You might have noticed that at the start it said Windows 7. That was just the username. But also this is the Windows 10 upgraded Windows 7 that I used in the previous video, because I thought, I wonder what happens if I try and upgrade it. The CD key, the license key that was used for that Windows 7 was a legitimate legal key. It had never been used before, and obviously Windows 7 activated. When I ran the upgrade, once it is completed, this is what happened. So if I go to Start and then click the cog and then do Update and Security and then Activation, ooh, Windows 10 Pro, because it was Windows 7 Pro, remember. Windows is activated with a digital license. So it's activated. And that's one thing I didn't actually mention in the previous video, which is important. If at some point during your Windows 7 you were offered the free Windows 10 upgrade, usually just after Windows 10 was released, it went on for about 8 months, I think, maybe a bit longer, that was steadily got more aggressive in its approach, and to the point where it was tried to do it for you. Now, depending on what stage you got to in that, it might be that the CD key that is used for your version of Windows 7 has already been registered with a valid Windows 10 license, which means that if you get your machine upgraded to Windows 10, it might not cost you a license key. You might not have to buy Windows 10. That, unfortunately, that won't be known until the actual activation is attempted after the installation. So what you can do is you can clone your existing Windows 7 drive onto a new SSD, put the SSD in, so you get the upgrade that I mentioned in the previous video, then attempt the Windows 10 upgrade and see what it does. And if it doesn't work, then you can just take the SSD out and put your old version of Windows 7 back in and clone it back onto the SSD, and you haven't lost anything. But there's a very good chance that when you do the Windows 10 upgrade, it will actually activate anyway. If you do a clean install, that might not work, but a Windows 7 machine should have a visible license key somewhere on a sticker. It's one of the conditions of the Microsoft licensing. There has to be a visible sticker on Windows 7. Newer versions don't have the same thing. Windows 10, for example, is completely digital. The license is stored in the BIOS. The key is stored in the BIOS. It's registered with Microsoft. So the actual key that was used for your Windows 7, that may be valid as an activation for Windows 10. So that's something I missed out of the previous video, which nonetheless is an important piece of information. So if you find this video useful, then like and subscribe. Any comments about this, please put them in the comments. And once again, thanks for watching.